Hey YouTube, it's your girl Chic from Chic Say What. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, we are going to get into it. Everybody want to file a lawsuit. Like they like, yo, we start in March out right. We done let Black History come and go, but we back at the shits come March. So tonight I want to cover Cardi B going back to the courts saying, hey, sis over here talking about she ain't trying to roll me my coin and she doing the most. So I need y'all to handle that. So we're going to get into that. And we also going to get into Kevin Hunter. So Kevin Hunter, he's meeting up with Cardi B at the courthouse too, because he got his own lawsuit that he's filed as well. So we're going to get into it tonight on this Friday night. So again, welcome to the party. We are the Starlights over here, and we get into all things celebrity, viral topics, drama, gossip. If it's on the tongue, we talking about it. So as you're coming in, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because as I say, we real random over here and you do not want to miss any of the tea live. But if you do happen to catch the playback, that's all good too. Just make sure you leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the content. But let's get into it. So I did a live maybe last week sometime where Tasha K did an interview and she was asked if she had the money to pay the settlement for the lawsuit. We just rounded it up, the $4 million lawsuit that she lost when Cardi B sued her for defamation. So sis was asked, hey, do you got this money? And she was like, no, that would be a negative. So that's been like a running thing going on. Hashtag I ain't got it. So it was just funny because I've just heard Tasha, and I caught a live of hers, I think, last week. And she was like, listen, I ain't got it. So that's kind of like an ongoing thing. I ain't got it or whatever. So I guess Cardi's not really feeling that, because she's like, yo, what we not gonna do is play around. You lost, I won, run me my coin. And while you at it, also, I need for you to finish removing the videos that you have where you have my name in your mouth. So we're going to get into it. You know how we do over here. I'm going to share my screen and show an article that TMZ posted pertaining to the situation. So this article was dated today, and it's from TMZ.com, and it reads, Cardi B judge, please muzzle Tasha K. She won't pay me $4 million. So that is no lie told. Tasha has told people, she said on her platform, like I said, she was being interviewed by someone, and I think it was Kendra G is her name. And they asked her it was Kendra G and another, I think a guy, I think his name maybe was Kendall, but they asked her, look, do you have the money? And she was like, I ain't got it. And they just all, just laughed. And Tasha was like, I make YouTube money, but I also got 2 kids and I ain't got it, which is why, I'm kind of running this up further up the food chain with the court system. Because listen, I ain't got it and nobody trying to pay that kind of money. So she basically said, listen, Cardi, don't hold your breath about me running you anything, period. So let's get into this article. So TMZ says Cardi B's legal victory over a blogger who defamed her isn't stopping the woman from trashing Cardi. So now the rapper wants a judge to gag her forever. Cardi filed docs Thursday night in federal court demanding a permanent injunction against Tasha K, who Cardi defeated in a defamation trial back in January. The jury awarded Cardi about $4 million, but in the doc, she says that's done nothing to stop Tasha from spreading the very lies that landed her in court. As we've reported, Tasha's falsely claimed Cardi committed adultery, has STIs, and was a prostitute. So to be honest, I haven't heard Tasha really talk about Cardi B. Like, as far as with the slanderous things that she had said that landed them in court to begin with. Not that she hasn't, I just haven't heard Tasha say anything really negative about Cardi. Like I said, during an interview, she was asked, "Hey, do you have the money?" She was like, "No." And she alluded to she basically didn't have any intent on paying Cardi B that money. Uh, but I'm not quite sure. I would like to know, where is Tasha or where is Cardi hearing or seeing that Tasha is still talking about her? So I do remember when Tasha released her statement after she lost in court, she said that she had removed videos from her channel just out of the respect for the courts. So it's like, okay. So, I mean, I didn't go out there, look. What I did notice is, is that the one that specifically that had the allegation of her having herpes, I did take notice that that one was removed. So I did take notice that one's removed. But I didn't know about like as far as any other videos, because the main one you always heard people talking about was the one where where Tasha K was alleging the woman had herpes. So that one did get taken down. But Tasha K alluded to as though it was like more than one video that she took down. And again, she was saying she took it down and just out of respect for the court. I think she also said that it really wasn't something that she was asked to do, but it was just she just did it. That's me trying to recall what happened back then. What had happened was that kind of energy. So, according to this article right now, Cardi, I guess, has come to learn. I guess I mean, you can easily go to somebody's channel and see what content they got up. So I guess it wouldn't be hard for Cardi to go out there and just validate to see, or one of Cardi's people, supporters, anybody to go to Tasha K's page, Unwind with Tasha K, and look through the archive of her videos to see if there are still videos up there where she's talking about Cardi B. So either way, it seems like Cardi has done her homework and she's concluded that, this woman still has content out there on me that she's able to still capitalize off of. And Judge, I'm asking for you to ask her to remove that, or demand for her to remove that. So according to the docs, Tasha bragged back in August, quote, "Even if they did sue, B, I ain't got but $1 to my name, B. What are you going to get? And there's always bankruptcy, B." End quote. Tasha even said, quote, "I'm going to pull a 50 cent on that, B," referring to 50's bankruptcy filing back in 2015. So I'm not quite sure what she mean about that, because the only thing I know about bankruptcy filings with 50 Cent is him filing a lawsuit against, what was that rap? I think her name was Tierra Marie, and he took her to court a few times because she wasn't trying to pay him. She was taunting him. I still don't know if that woman still have paid him a dime for the lawsuit, but I do recall him like taking her back like at least a second time, and then more money basically been added on her tab plus the legal fees. But like, I've always wondered, like, if somebody don't come through and settle a bill, like what happens then, especially if they ain't got it. So y'all gonna have to let me know if that woman Tierra Marie ever settled that lawsuit with 50 Cent, because I think old girl had t-shirts. I think she had t-shirts made talking about he wasn't getting nothing. It was like a whole mess, y'all. This was all before pandemic, so many people probably don't even remember that, because it seemed like anything pre-pandemic was like a lifetime ago. But so I'm not quite sure, with the bankruptcy filing, if Tasha K is referring to that energy where that woman was like, 50, you ain't getting nothing. Good luck with that. So Cardi also accuses Tasha K of fraudulently moving assets to make it more difficult to collect the millions, a move she allegedly boasted about on her YouTube vlog, saying, quote, "Let me tell you how this was a blessing, though, because can't nobody else sue me. And even if they do, I got no money. We've got estate lawyers. We've got every mother effing thing. I ain't got ish in my name, B." But remember, the lawsuit covered all air. Listen, that lawsuit covered Tasha K, Latasha, Transrena Kibi, TV Studios. Like that lawsuit covered all grounds. So whether or not Tasha was like, yo, I ain't got a dime to my name. Okay, well, since we coming for TV Studios. So we coming for everything associated with you and your husband. So what Tasha making a comment talking about, I ain't got nothing in my name. Okay, well, that's why, Cardi team went ahead and made sure that they hit her from all angles. In fact, Tasha even testified during the trial she wouldn't stop repeating defamatory. Okay, in fact, Tasha even testified during the trial she wouldn't stop repeating defamatory lies unless the court forces her to do so. And that's exactly what Cardi's asking for now. An injunction to stop Tasha K from saying any defamatory statements now and in the future, and to force her to delete all past videos or posts containing those lies. So Cardi tweeted this: think is a game, but trust I'ma come for everything. And these are the letters, or this is the abbreviation of B Better Have My Money. Y'all remember that hit Rihanna song? So like I said, I have a video out there where I talked about that, where that was Cardi B's. It seemed like it was her response following that interview Tasha K did with Kendra G, stating that, quote unquote, I ain't got it. As for getting that bag, Tasha's claiming to have nothing. But last week, Cardi tweeted she's not letting it go. She said BBHMM, which is B better have my money, as in bitch, B better have my money. So Cardi not playing. Cardi is not playing. And I don't know if Tasha foreseen this coming as far as being hit with people are calling it, I guess, another lawsuit. That's what I was hearing today. People saying lawsuit. I don't know if it's technically a lawsuit when but this isn't saying, hey, another lawsuit, but people talking about Cardi filed another lawsuit. But needless to say, Cardi did go back to the courts and was like, y'all, I need y'all to really finish this and wrap it in a pretty bow, because we didn't settle the part pertaining to the videos and all of that still being on her platform. So I need to have that addressed. I do remember following the trial when the attorneys were interviewed, another content creator who was interviewing one of Cardi's lawyers did ask about the videos, if they would have to be pulled and things like that. And that attorney said that that was still something that was still, I guess, being deliberated on or pending. I guess she was like, they probably wouldn't have an answer for that until, I think she said maybe March or something like that. So I guess, I don't know if Cardi's like, yo, this taking too long, or if it was like a certain waiting period that Cardi had to wait before she can maybe go back and say, hey, can we pick up on this part? I don't know, but I do remember her team talking about it was something they would have to revisit. So with that being said, like I said, when Tasha K did her live, she did her statement following the trial, she did say that she had removed some videos, but it wasn't as though, I think she did acknowledge that it wasn't out of like something that she had to do. It was something that she felt was best to do or right to do, to show respect for the courts. So I guess I'm thinking Tasha moved some of the videos, but not all of them. But like, again, back to the part about Cardi saying Tasha still defaming her. Like I said, I mean, I don't listen to Tasha consistently, but I've listened to her more frequently than I had prior to the trial. And I had not heard Tasha talking about this woman. I actually heard her mention Cardi B's name one time. I think she was interviewing someone and she just referenced Cardi B's name, which I was kind of surprised, but she didn't say it like in a bad way. So I'm kind of curious to know what Cardi is talking about when she's saying, Tasha's still running around, dragging her or whatever, or saying lies. Cause I can't vouch for that. But that's the situation that's, the current situation that's going on with Cardi B and Tasha K. It's a whole mess still, but the world clearly has been here for it. I definitely want to know your thoughts on that. Are you team Cardi B? Are you team Tasha K? To me, it's like more when I hear people or just see content creators, talk about the situation and people comment, subscribers comment. To me, it seemed like most people seem to side with Cardi B. But Tasha K has like a lot of followers. So when I'm on her platform, naturally it's nothing but love. Like you might see some people here and there make some negative comments, but for the most part, it be, I don't really see trolls too much. Like they just be her ride or dies in there. So but I think collectively, I think most people do side with Cardi B, because don't nobody want somebody running around lying on them and everything like that. And from what I've heard, allegedly, and I'm waiting. I don't know if the transcripts may be out there. I haven't got my hands on them yet or located them. But if when or if I do, I'll definitely come back on here. But from what I've heard, allegedly, when she was on the stand, when she was being cross-examined by Cardi B's team, she admitted that she ran stories knowing that they were not true or they were lies. But when her team, Tasha K's team, cross-examined Tasha K backpedaled, and apparently she didn't say that. I don't know what exactly her words were, but it wasn't her admitting that she runs stories knowing that the information is not true. So again, it's going to be very interesting, to when that transcript come out to kind of see the details that's going to come out in it, because I think it's going to, I don't even know if it's going to surprise a lot of people, because so many people, there were people who had been, blogging from the trial and saying, okay, this was said, that was said, but y'all know how it is. It ain't nothing like seeing something in black and white. I have noticed that, since the whole trial, Tasha K's numbers haven't hit that 1 million again. Like it's been kind of stagnant at the numbers, the right underneath 1 million. It's just like, I think it was maybe like 996,000, like something like that. And it hasn't hit that 1 million yet. So, Tasha, of course, she back working. She got her, Tasha K app, and, she's still, making her money. But based on her words, it ain't money that she's trying to pay to Cardi B. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this pans out. And, it's going to be interesting. So that's what we got on Tasha K and Cardi B. So you're going to have to let me know what you think on that. Moving on to Kevin Hunter. So let me switch my screen, and we're going to talk about Kevin Hunter, because actually before I was already planning to come on. Well, I had already planned for my next slide to talk about Kevin Hunter, because I had learned that he filed his own lawsuit. Yeah. Kevin filed his own lawsuit following the firing of Wendy Williams. So I'm like, I'm going to come on here and talk about it. But then I learned about Tasha K and Cardi B. So I'm like, y'all know how they just take over. So that's what, that's why I'm talking about both tonight. So the theme is lawsuits. So sticking with that theme of lawsuits tonight at this party, let's get into what's got Kevin Hunter in his feelings. So this is page6.com. This article is dated March 2nd. It says, Kevin Hunter sues Wendy Williams Show production company for wrongful termination. Kevin Hunter is becoming a hot topic again. Wendy Williams' ex is suing the production company of her eponymous eponymous daytime. Oh, that's a word. Eponymous daytime talk show for wrongful termination. Documents obtained by Page Six show. So let's see. The article also goes on to say the civil lawsuit filed in New York City federal court Monday claims Debmar Mercury wrongfully fired Hunter on the basis of his marital status to Williams. Quote, Hunter was one of the reasons behind the Wendy Williams show's tremendous success, and everything seemed to go south after he left. Hunter's attorney, Abe George, told Page Six in a statement Wednesday morning, quote, Mr. Hunter was unlawfully terminated solely due to his marital status to Wendy, which is contrary to human rights laws in New York City. Wow. So I remember he quickly got the boot, after she went ahead and, split from him, filed her lawsuit, had them, them locks changed. Y'all know how that go when you get kicked out. So he was basically put on the curb and told, listen, don't come back here. So Hunter, 49, was fired from his role as executive producer from the Wendy Williams show in April 2019, just a week after the now reclusive talk show host filed for divorce from him after his then girlfriend, Sharina Hudson, became pregnant. Quote, the lawsuit seeks to compensate Mr. Hunter for the sweat equity that he put into the show and that Debmar Mercury will continue to profit on even in their new reincarnation of the Wendy Williams show. George added, referencing the cancellation of the show and Sherri Shepherd's permanent takeover. So I'm wondering, why did he decide to wait to file the lawsuit? Because he was fired in 19. That was, pre-pandemic. And then now what we at 3 years now? Almost 3 years now. And now he's filing a lawsuit. So that's interesting. Let's see what else the article has to say. So this is Kevin and Wendy, I guess, during happier times together. Hunter's lawsuit names Debmar Mercury founders Ira Bernstein and Mort Marcus as defendants and demands a jury trial. Hunter, who is now living in Florida with fiance Hudson, is seeking a monetary award of at least $7 million, as well as punitive damages, lost wages, and legal fees, according to the court documents. So he's wanting, listen, I need $7 million, but also on top of that, I need punitive money for punitive damages, lost wages, legal fees. So he like, listen, I'm trying to take a number out of Cardi B's book. Listen, he's trying to get more than even Cardi B got. Hunter was named executive producer of the Wendy Williams show in 2007. The lawsuit states that he was involved in the show's branding and helped develop the show's beloved segments, Hot Topics, Shoe Cam, and Hot Seat. Meanwhile, Williams, 57, is tied up in her own legal battle with Wells Fargo, which has frozen her assets over concern for her well-being. So I also have a video out there talking about that too that you can check out. So listen, lawsuits for everybody. It just seemed like once the Tasha K, the Cardi B, Tasha K situations start, really, I guess, running headlines, or everybody start talking about that, it's like next thing you know, it's just like you just hearing people threaten lawsuits left and right, filing lawsuits. It just, to me, it just feels like it just opened up a can of worms. People got inspired. They got motivated. They like, listen, if Cardi B can do it and win big like that, then what do I have to lose? Let me try my luck and see if I can make it do what it do. So this is another one that's going to be interesting to follow. To me, it sounded like he got a case, lawyers, they took on his case. So it seemed like they feel, more often than not, I would imagine, especially when you're, of a lawyer, of a big time lawyer, you're only going to kind of want to touch cases that you feel confident that you can win. So to me, just reading this article and the claims, like, it makes sense to me, but again, this is just one side. I don't know the side as far as for Deadmar Mercury, as far as their justification for letting him go, and how they feel like they were were not in the wrong for doing so. But yeah, so 2022 is just definitely going to be all about the courts and these lawsuits being filed. I even heard, speaking of lawsuits, I think I heard that Tiana Taylor's even threatened to file a lawsuit because apparently some people are putting out there that allegedly she does drugs and stuff like that. I haven't heard that one. So y'all have to let me know in the comments if y'all heard that one. But yeah, I guess somebody or something dealing with TikTok where they were putting out. I actually heard that one actually tonight while I was out and about in the car, and it was on the radio, and they were like, yo, Tiana Taylor's threatening to file a lawsuit because of claims of her doing drugs and stuff. So ain't nobody got time for some people to be lying on them. And if you got the money to fight it and protect your name, I'm not mad. I am not mad at all. I just think that we live in it's a culture today where people just feel like they take this whole freedom of speech to a whole nother level, and they feel like they can just say and do what they want to do, and it just be all good. And it doesn't really work that way. People got it twisted. And I think with this Cardi B and Tasha K case, it brought a better understanding as to the rules surrounding what can or cannot be said. Y'all, I even noticed, like, even with YouTube, they've even gotten more strict. Like a lot of like the content creators that I follow, like in particular with the men, they've been striking one another's channels like left and right. There's a content creators that's called Most Hated Blogger that I follow, and he got demonetized because he goes back and forth a lot with Kwame Brown, the former NBA player. And apparently, I guess from the, people, Kwame Brown and some other content creators that support Kwame Brown, apparently, there were strikes made against his channel, and he was demonetized. I think probably for like a month. He's still demonetized. In the midst of that, he said his numbers did shoot up. So I think the last I heard him say, he was like at 150,000 subscribers prior to him being demonetized. He was probably maybe, like, I remember last check-in, him being at like 50,000 subscribers. So he was like, really, him getting demonetized almost like was the best thing for his channel because it just brought more people over. But he is in his feelings about his money being messed with. So he's like, yo, I'm on a rampage. I'm striking a stuff too. But then I noticed yesterday another content creator I follow with Angry Man, like suddenly, he had posted that Kevin Samuels, the other content creator, said Kevin Samuels had hit him or put in a claim against him in some content that he had. I don't know, I think it's some copyright or something that he had issue with. And y'all, like, no lie, I was like, he had a live, Angry Man had a live scheduled, and something else came up, so I didn't catch it. So I'm like, oh, I'll just go back, because he usually be on for a minute. By the time I went back, that live wasn't there. And then when I ended up later checking his videos, like, he had all his video, like a whole lot of his videos were removed. Like his most recent video was like 10 months ago. So I'm like, what the heck has happened? And then also, and he had posted that he was just declaring himself no longer being a part of the quote unquote manosphere because of just the tension and just all the drama surrounding it. Well, like I say all that to say that YouTube has really been cracking down on things and people who don't play by the rules. Like, it's just been a whole mess with just these people, just, and mostly, like I say, it's just crazy. It's not really women that I'm seeing this happen as far as with them having their content, their channel struck. It's men. It's like men are cat fighting. They're the ones where I'm seeing where their bag is messed with. They're having to remove videos and things. You might hear about the ladies having verbal beef, but it hadn't been anything where you're seeing that it's affecting their bag, and then their videos are being removed and things like that. So it's just like right now the climate is just, everybody is just on edge. Like, yo, if you want to sue me, I'm gonna sue you. If you want to strike me, I'm gonna strike you. um it's just a mess. So stuff like that just definitely motivates me to continue to do what I do, with kind of staying in my own lane and not getting caught up in any beefs or YouTube beefs with any other content creators. There's several people that I support, even just in the realm of just celebrity gossip. That's kind of what the realm of what I kind of consider myself to be in. To me, it's just enough out here for everybody without you having to even be really even doing the absolute most. But with the men, they've been at it. They have been at it. Channels have been getting struck, and people's bags have been getting invaded. So it's a lot of pissed off men out here in these YouTube streets. And it's a whole mess. It's an entire mess. Another beef that I've been following on YouTube just within the last couple of days is just with the content creator Michi X, and then Dr. Boyce Watkins. Michi X went ahead and slid in, and what did she do? She purchased the name of his channel. It's just a mess, y'all. It's just, she slid in because she was like, he purchased her domain name, michiex.com, some years ago, and he refused to give it back to her. So she like, yo, okay, well then let me purchase your name. So she went ahead and purchased. I think right now it's pending for her to acquire the name Fly Nubian Queen. And then I think she already got the that main You're a Black World. Listen, it's so many of it. It's deep, y'all. Like it is just like, wow, can we all get along? But people are just going at it left and right. So I'm just kind of sitting back with my popcorn, minding the business that pays me. But yeah, it's just a bad look, but it's happening all over. Women with women, men with men, women and men, but it's just a mess. But the one to me that looks the worst is the ones with the men. Like that's that's not even no masculine energy right there. To me, it's just real petty, especially that one that's going on with even I didn't throw, Tommy Sotomayor's even in that. Tommy will do a whole live just watching the content of Kwame Brown. And I'll be like, what? Like literally that. So what I learned from Most Hated Blogger, that content creator, he was like, if you're showing someone another content creator's work, that's still a copyright strike, even if you have their permission. And he was like, a lot of Kwame Brown's supporters, like they'll stream or show his content. And he was like, that's a copyright strikes. So stuff like that had him to say basically he was going to put strikes against them too, since they put strikes against him. So it's tit for tat, y'all. It's a whole mess. But yes, I'm gonna wrap this up. But yes, let me know your thoughts, with the Kevin Hunter suing the Wendy Show production. Do y'all think the brother have a case? He like, listen, I got a whole nother mouth to feed. I got a new baby, a fiance. Listen, y'all need to run me my coin. These diapers ain't cheap. I don't know, baby girl might be potty trained by now almost. But he was like, listen, I need my money, I need my coin. So I don't know what Wendy got going on over there, but I know over here I need my money. So we're gonna follow that. Or do you feel like Kevin, go sit down? You got fired, rightfully so. You shouldn't have been trifling, doing the most. and you need to go get a job at Walmart or Target because we hear that Target paying $24 an hour. So let me know your thoughts. Drop a comment, please. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And also let me know if there's any topics or anything like that you would like for me to cover. Yeah. So let me know if there's anything you'd like for me to cover. If it's something to where I feel like, okay, the people might want to hear, I'll definitely research it and bring it to you all. So until the next broadcast, peace.